welcome back to the Post Show with your host shows and the most shows. It's just Joe. Sadly, Mikey will no longer be joining us for the meantime on the Post Show. Super sad about that, but we will be having open call auditions for his seat here on the Post Show if anyone would be interested.
Yep, no, that's not happening, I'm sorry. So I am back after a long-awaited, it was very long time.
Anticipation.
Yes, the anticipation grew, everything grew. I am back. And don't worry, it's gonna be better than ever with me. You know, I was supposed to be on it. This is a very little known fact, but I was supposed to be on it a few weeks ago. And then somebody with, a little longer hair than me, Seth, yeah. It was Seth. He took over, and I was like.
Slid in.
So, I'm not backing down now. This is this is mine for right now, and I'm not letting Seth take over again.
Yeah, and do you have a name idea? I heard you got something set up for us.
I got like the Joe Zo show, not Bozo, but Joe Zo.
We'll keep it in mind. We'll think about it. Brainstorm, workshop, group think.
Yeah, like my name. If you could combine both of our names, or even just something, that'd be pretty cool.
Drop it in the comments down below. We'd love some ideas. But meantime, we are here to do what we have to do.
And we're gonna talk about Levi.
Levi, all things Levi.
And wrath. And the Levi wrath. The wrath of Levi.
Yes, but yeah, it was a pretty serious sermon. It was pretty heavy. I think when you see the wrath of God, you think, wow.
Yeah, you're never like,
yeah, you're never super enthusiastic about it. So let's make it exciting. What did you think? What did you think about it?
I think it was as you said, a very serious message. It's not like a subject that you're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna talk about the wrath of God today. And we're gonna make it as fun as possible. Which, Levi did share a lot of light inside this, the subject of the wrath of God, which was very cool. And it's very yes, it's a serious thing, but it's serious because it's coming from God's love for us.
And it should be approachable.
It should be very approachable. It shouldn't be one of those things that you just kind of throw under the carpet and maybe talk about it once a year. This should be something that Christians should be able to have a conversation about, and even just people that aren't believers, just because it is a scary thing, to think
it's polarizing.
Yeah, it's think the creator of the universe, the wrath, what kind of wrath does he have? But it's serious, but when you figure out and you start to analyze and look at it, it's coming from the love that he has, and that love is supposed to draw us to him and draw us to his kindness and draw us to him and be like, wow, God, this is you love me so much that you want to change my path in a way that's going to direct me more to you rather than lead me further away from you, and have that relationship grow even more, so where when we share of our testimony, that season was really, really hard, but God was so present and it was so real, and his nearness was so intimate to me that I'm feeling your kindness. I'm feeling your pleasure towards me, as Levi said, that he wants us to draw closer to him through his pleasure and have that new awe for God, of the Father that he is and the Father that he loves us.
That made me think of something that Levi said earlier on in the sermon, which I think kind of pairs with this. Was Levi was talking about the classic phrase of telling somebody who's going through a hard time, who's experiencing the wrath of God, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, all those types of sympathetic statements that I think can be received really poorly. And so it made me think about how, as a Christian towards another Christian, or as a Christian towards a non-Christian, or just human to human, how you figure out when the right time is to make statements like that, because I think, like Levi said, they can be really damaging.
They can be.
In the wrong situations. And I think that I have trouble for my own self understanding when I want those statements to be said to me. And so then because of that, I have a hard time understanding when is the time to say that to somebody else. And I think when it goes a lot along with when is the time to listen and when is the time to speak. because I think it is really biblical
Yeah.
to be going through these things and to be experiencing the wrath of God. And God tells us that it's going to be hard and that he's doing it out of love for us.
Yeah.
And so I just think back to Jesus, and obviously like he did it so perfectly, like in all of his relationships, and how we can look to him on how to do that in our everyday lives, but also remember that like sometimes those types of statements and sometimes sympathy can come off in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you're talking to, regardless of their relationship to God.
Yeah.
Do you have any like experiences or thoughts about that?
And even just like, I guess I have some thoughts to piggyback what you're saying. Like when you're saying like, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like timing of that, like something along those lines is very timely. Like, because you could say that to somebody that is feeling like they're in the middle of it, like just like nothing's going right. And you could say that and that could be like, yeah, like obviously, but like, what does that mean? Like, like how do I know that? And I feel like, as you were saying, personally for me, like there have been times where it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm going through it right now. And having a community like around me of people being like, yeah, like this is hard. And like, they were admitting like, yes, this is hard. And they were also be like, but like, God is with us. He's not abandoned us. Like he's not like pushing us aside. Like you need to go do this all on your own. He's like, no, like I'm here with you. And I've experienced that in my life of like, when I'm going through it, of really like using that as a platform to welcome the Lord into my life. Like, yeah, Lord, like I need you in this season.
Yeah.
Like I need you in this season.
Totally.
And then going through the healing process and just the thick of it going, and then be like, yeah, Lord, because of you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And I think it should be an encouragement as a reminder when we think of our own going through hard times or experiencing the wrath of God, that we do get the hope of knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that encourages me to want to share that with people who don't know what the light at the end of the tunnel is, because you can say that to somebody who doesn't have a relationship with Jesus, and that could mean nothing to them. And so I think for me, it encourages me to want to share Jesus in those moments of like, no, there really is like a light at the end of the tunnel, and like his name is Jesus, and he is with us always. And so I think that should be an encouragement, not only to help your friends that are Christians going through experiencing the wrath of God, but that help your friends who aren't Christians as well. Anything else?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we love you guys, and we'll see you next week.